I'm in favor of the right to interfere, the right to intervene, to avoid mass killings through prevention. This is now called the responsibility to protect, and through the UN system. I have devoted my life to that purpose. It was already my idea when I created Doctors Without Borders at the beginning of the 70s. It was impossible, it was illegal to take care of a patient on the other side of a virtual line called a border. And sometimes, let me insist, it was necessary not to respect the law, to change the law.
You are considered to be one of the founders of humanitarian or liberal interventionism, what you've called the right to interfere, and what the UN has called the responsibility to protect. Can you tell us, in a sentence or two, what this concept is all about?
It depends. It depends on the law, it depends on the Security Council of United Nations, etc. But what is important, do we have to take care of the people by prevention, not to authorize, not to let the killers kill the people, mass massacre, genocide, etc. Do we have to stay inert or not? As doctors, we answer no.
What would you say to those people, especially in the developing world, in the global south, who say that in practice, this so-called right to interfere, to intervene, is only ever exercised by Western powers, by people in the north? Developing countries don't get to go around intervening in developed countries. It seems to be one-way traffic.
This is not completely untrue, but who is supposed to protect the people? The people able to do so? The people involved? I mean, let's say the Good Samaritans?
Let me read to you a quote from David Reef, who used to be a big supporter of humanitarian intervention like yourself, but then became very disillusioned with the whole idea. And he wrote a few years ago, quote, "When a British or French minister proposes a UN resolution calling for a military intervention to make sure aid is properly delivered in New Orleans, then and only then can we be sure to have put the spectre of imperialism dressed up as humanitarianism behind us." He's got a point, hasn't he?
My opinion, if I may.
This show is all about your opinions.
Mehdi, there is no imperialist victim and non-imperialist victim among the civilian population. There are no bad victims and good victims. There are no bad dying people and good dying people.
But there are countries who have an imperialist agenda, some would argue, and hiding behind humanitarian
I defend the victims. I'm always on the victims' side.